everyone. I am filming in a different location today. As you can see, I am in the terrace of my apartment and it just rained. It's rainy season in Bangalore right now. I mean, it's really surprising that it's raining so much, like every single day, because last year it hardly rained at all. I do have a plan. The thing is, last night I got reamed by my parents for not exercising enough. I've just sat my ass on the couch the entire day for the past couple of days, and I have a good reason. Okay, I was like sick. I mean, I even mentioned that in like my last video. I think I was recovering, y'all. You know, I just want to sit in one place, finish my book. At my parents' insistence, I'm upstairs today, and I thought it would be a fun time to film a video here because I anyways need something to do. I'm not just gonna like walk around for no reason. I mean, I usually like listen to music, but this is like killing two birds with one stone. So today's video is going to be a mid-year book tag. I thought it would be really nice to do one of this again. I did another one, a version of this at the beginning of the year, so I'm gonna do one now, and I'll probably end up doing one at the end of the year as well, but who knows. I actually have all the questions listed down on my notepad. So cute, Hello Kitty one. I'm just gonna read and then like tell you the corresponding book or whatever. Also, just know these questions are like generated by ChatGPT. They're not from like a specific video that I picked out or anything. I will list the questions down below so you guys can, you know, play along as well, either in the comments or make your own videos. Anyways, I don't want to be here too long because it's getting really sunny and like my eyes are closing. So I'm just gonna start off with the question tag. Look at this, I have all the questions. First question is best book so far. I think, in my opinion, the best book so far is actually The Letters of Enchantment to It, which is a romantasy series by Rebecca Ross. I really didn't expect to fall in love with this book series like I did. You would have, if you are following me on Instagram, you would have heard about this series quite enough. I think that like also it's the very first time I read romantasy this year, so that definitely holds a special place in my heart. Roman and Iris just stole my heart. I loved the duet so much. Honestly, I'm trying to look for books that have similar vibes to that duet. If you guys know any books similar to that, comment them down below. I would love to know what you guys recommend. That's for the best book so far this year. The best sequel so far this year, and I have mentioned this book quite a lot over the past month, and that is none other than Destructively Mine by Krista and Becca Ritchie. That's the second book in the Webs We Weave series, and it follows two con artist families, and there's a love story involved, there's found family, there's lots of secrets and lies and suspense, and it's all set in this really nice, rich, small town. Vibes are amazing in the book, and this book really does make you consider wanting to become a con artist in the hopes that you'll have a found family like the one in the books. Like Phoebe and Rocky are one of the best couples I've ever read. They're so in love with each other and they will do anything to make sure the other person is happy. And the friend group is just amazing. You really can't complain with this book. Like I said, it's the second book after Dishonestly Yours, and you guys should read it, y'all. Like, I'm telling you, nothing will beat this book. It has everything I could ever want in a romance novel. Just go read it, okay? Wow, the sky is like so grey, you guys. Third question, new release that's on my TBR that I want to read this year. Rewind It Back, easily. So I know Rewind It Back already came out like a couple of days ago, but I have yet to buy. I want to buy the entire series paperback, so I'm just waiting for that. Like I'm going on vacation in a couple of days, so I'm only going to return on like June 16th. So after that, I'm immediately gonna purchase the entire Windy City series paperbacks and then like get to reading Rewinded Back. As of now, Rewinded Back is definitely on the top. Like, I've been waiting for this book ever since like I read Play Along last year. Question number 4: what is an anticipated release that's coming in the second half of the year? So for me, that has to be The Mate by Ali Hazelwood. I loved reading The Bride last year, and the thing about Ali Hazelwood is that she can do no wrong, you guys. Like, she's releasing 3 books this year. 2 of them are already out, which is Deep End and Problematic Summer. And Mate is like, I think, the final book that she's releasing later this year in October or something. Because, you know, it's a werewolf romance and it has all the Halloween vibes, I guess. So I cannot wait to read Mate. That's definitely a book that I'm hoping to read later this year. Question number 5: biggest disappointment. Well, unfortunately for me, or fortunately, depending on the way you look at it, I haven't really had any bad books. Like, I did read a couple of novellas, but then I did that knowing they would be bad. So, because novellas don't really have much space for a build-up of a relationship, they are just, you know, there as a filler in between series or whatever. And so I read like 3 novellas this year. All of them were pretty bad, but I already knew that going into the book, and I only read them because I just wanted to increase my reading goal count. I didn't really give you one, but that's where I'm at now. The biggest surprise of this year. The biggest surprise would definitely have to be the DC Stars series by Chelsea Curto. I saw the series being recommended by Larry Reeds on Instagram, and she mentioned that, you know, it's a sports romance, the found family is amazing, and she specifically spoke about the first book, which is Face Off. And Face Off is a sports romance. Like, obviously they're all sports romances, but in Face Off, both the characters are sports players, and not just sports players, they play on the same team. I thought that dynamic was so cool that like got me interested, and I picked up the series, and now I'm in love with the entire series. Like, 4 books are out, and the 3rd and 4th book I actually ended up receiving as arcs, so I was so excited. The 4th book, the one that just came out on May 27th, which is Hat Trick, is one of my favorite books ever. The vibes of the books, the found families, is such a good, you know, like mashup. The tropes of the books are the best. The chemistry between the characters is awesome. The books are spicy, but without making it seem like it's only just smut, because there is like that emotional chemistry to back up the spice that's in the books. And I was pleasantly surprised, because I didn't think any series would have a chance to compete with like Windy City series. We have favorite author, easy, Elsie Silver. I read her Chestnut Spring series earlier this year. There's a reading blog that you guys can go check out, and if you have watched the video, then you know that I fell in love with her books. I like already have purchased the first 2 books in the Rose Hill series. Her small town romances are the best. Again, it has that whole found family, great romances, great characters individually speaking. I think that is so important. Elsie Silver is definitely an author for me from now on. Question number 8: newest fictional crush of this year. I would have to say Rocky Tinrock from Destructively Mine, because I cannot stop thinking about that man. He is too good. The way he cares about Phoebe, I wish someone would care about me. I want what Phoebe and Rocky have. Since I already mentioned the book Destructively Mine, I would say, oh shit, there's a lot of traffic. I hope you guys can hear my voice still. I'm gonna say Josh from Lights Out. I mean, you know, there's nothing wrong with liking an unhinged man. And also, Lights Out was such a fun book. Josh is such a golden retriever, and I really didn't expect him to be the way he was in Lights Out. I thought he would be like really serious and brooding, but he's not. It's actually the girl Alyssa who is the more serious one out of the 2. Question number 9: newest favorite character. Okay, so for me, I'm just gonna talk about the most recent character that I fell in love with, which is Nyoda from Problematic Summer by Ali Hazelwood. Nyota is not the main character. She's actually one of the side characters who has a very good friendship with the female main character in the book. And Nyota is like somebody I aspire to be when I grow up. Like personality wise, she's so cutthroat and sarcastic, and she's one of the rudest people ever, but like she's such a goddess while doing it. Like you cannot be mad at the things she says, even though what she's saying is rude. That's who I wanna be, you know, as a person. I think that would just be so cool. Question number 10, book that made you cry. Easy. Dear John by Nicholas Sparks. In fact, most of Nicholas Sparks' books make you cry. So I read Dear John this year. What's funny is it's not the romance that makes me cry. It's actually the relationship one of the main characters has with someone else. Like, you know, a familial relationship. So in this book, to be specific, in Dear John, the romance between John and Savannah wasn't what actually made me cry. It was actually John's relationship with his dad and the trajectory of it from the beginning of the book till the end that like made me sob my eyes out. Because every time John's dad appeared on page, I was like literally sobbing my eyes out. Like it's so good and it's so like sad. If I ever want to reread it, I don't think I have the guts to pick it up a second time and go through that pain all over again. Question number 11 is a book that made you happy this year. That would be Yours Truly by Abby Jimenez, because the characters are so relatable. I have mentioned in this reading vlog of mine that came out in March that Jacob is such a relatable character. I feel like he's exactly like who I am. He is so shy and, you know, has trouble talking to people or like approaching them, and I feel the same way. He's just a relatable character overall, and the things he does for Brianna in the book, it's so good. He's just the perfect man ever, and their whole relationship and the way they like shared letters with each other at the hospital just made me smile from the start till the end of the book. Question number 12 is the most beautiful book cover of a book I purchased this year, and that has to be Home Before Dark. I mean, I have already mentioned in my previous videos that Divine Rivals is definitely that book for me. For today, I'm gonna say Home Before Dark because this book was gifted to me by a friend of mine for my birthday this year, and you know, it's the first time somebody has gifted me a book, because usually my parents just give me money so that I can go buy the books I want to. Nobody has actually taken initiative to buy books for me. So my friend was like so sweet. She like went out and like picked a book for me. At the time when she gave the book to me, I had already read the book, but honestly I was anyways thinking of buying the paperback of it. So by the way, it's one of my favorite books from this year. The plot twists that Riley Sager adds in his books, unmatched. I've never read more better thrillers than the ones he writes, so you guys should definitely check out all of his books. Final question is a book that I want to read before 2025 ends, and that is probably going to be either Pride and Prejudice or Gone Girl by Gillian Flynn. I have had these books on my TBR for such a long time now. Pride and Prejudice, you know, I want to read a classic, and it's the OG enemies to lovers romance. And Gone Girl because, well, I bought the book because I saw it at a book fair and I was like, oh wow, there's a movie, so I can read the book and then watch the movie. But I haven't done either of these things yet. I really need to read. I need to read both of these books this year, but who knows? I might not end up reading both the books this year. So at least hopefully I read one of them. So that's like all the main questions for this book tag, but I did list out 3 bonus questions, if you will, that I think you guys can add to your this thing as well. The bonus questions are favorite trope that I've read this year. Definitely Found Family, because I actually went through my book reviews of all the books I read this year, and I've noticed reviews where I actually emphasize the presence of a found family in that book and how it made me like the book so much more. I don't know if it's whether because I'm at that point in my life where I am seeking out to be in friend groups or whatnot, but I don't know, there's just something so magical about the characters having this whole separate family besides their biological relatives. I have to say that found family is like my top trope this year. Question number 15 is a book that lived up to the hype. I'd say Prodigal Son by Sarah Kate. You know, this is the fourth and final book in the Good Brothers series, which is about four brothers who live in Austin, Texas. And so the books have tropes like MFM romance, and it also has teacher-student, that kind of thing. And then the final book, which is The Prodigal Son, it's an MM romance between a preacher and a musician. I enjoyed Prodigal Son a lot. Let me turn this way. It is definitely my favorite book in the series. So I loved it a lot. It was very angsty, and I wasn't really sure what to think of this book before going into it, because the book just before this one, which is The Heartbreaker, I wasn't the biggest fan of. I didn't like the book at all. The ending especially was horrible. I loved The Prodigal Son. It definitely made up for The Heartbreaker. It's so angsty and so good. You guys should read it. A book that deserves more hype, I'm gonna say Deep End, y'all. I've seen a lot of comments in all bookish communities stating that Deep End is not really that deep of a book, but I beg to differ, y'all. Scarlett is such a complex character. I feel like Scarlett speaks to me. I feel like I'm literally Scarlett. You know, both of us, I feel like, have such similar personalities that I cannot help but see myself in Scarlett. And her relationship with Luke is amazing, y'all. Some of you guys were commenting that, you know, Ali Hazelwood mentioned that this book would have some kinky stuff in it. It's not kinky enough. That's because they're just exploring it, okay? Ali Hazelwood, by the way, doesn't write straight up kink. Really, honestly, I don't understand the hate against Deep End at all. It's such a good book and I loved it. It's He Falls First. It's really good, you guys. I don't know why you guys think it's that bad, but it's really not, in my opinion at least. I mean, of course, I'm not asking you to change your opinions. I'm just telling that Deep End deserves more hype. That's it for all of my questions. It's been 25 minutes now that I've walked around talking. So I'm gonna go downstairs and I'm gonna export this video onto my laptop, edit it in time for its release next week. I will see you guys in my next video very soon. Bye.